She likes you. She laughs at your jokes. She feels comfortable around you. But when she thinks about who she wants to date, you're not on that list. You are in the friend category, the he's a nice guy category. And no matter how much time you spend together, that chemistry just isn't there. You can't make it happen until now. Because here's the truth. The difference between friend and boyfriend isn't about being nice or better looking. It's about your internal vibe, the energy you bring. That vibe can be shifted. And in this video, I'm giving you the 5 things you can instantly start doing to shift yourself from being seen as the nice guy and just a friend to I want him right now. So let's get into it. I am Marie, and from here on out, I'm going to be your very own personal wing girl. And every week, I am going to give you the no BS insider info about what women really want versus what they say they want, plus the most effective methods to win over any woman you like. So hit that subscribe button now so that you never miss a video. All right, let's get started. First, let's understand what's actually happening in a woman's brain. When a woman meets a man, she quickly, often unconsciously sorts him into categories. The romantic category, I wonder what it would be like to be with him. There's curiosity, there's intrigue, a spark. There's the friend category, he's nice, I like hanging out with him. There's comfort, safety, but absolutely no spark. So what determines which category you land in? It's not primarily about your looks, although they do play a role. It's about the energy that you bring, the vibe, the way you make her feel. Men who land in the romantic category create certain feelings, they create tension, they create uncertainty, they create excitement, challenge, and desire. Men who land in the friend category create different feelings. They create comfort. They create safety, predictability, ease, and friendship. Notice that the friend feelings are not bad feelings. They're actually important for a relationship, but they're not enough on their own to create attraction. Attraction requires some tension, some sparks, some I'm not quite sure about him energy. The good news is you can shift your vibe. And here are 5 ways to do it. Shift number 1, from hiding your intent to owning your intent. And the first shift is about being honest about what you want. The friend vibe will be if you're interested in her romantically, but you hide it. You pretend you just want to be friends. You're afraid that showing your interest will make things weird or you're just going to get rejected. So you hang around being friendly, being supportive, hoping she'll somehow figure out your feelings without you having to risk anything. But on the other side, the romantic vibe you can put out, you're interested in her, and you let her know through your words, through your actions, through your energy. Not in a creepy, aggressive way, but in a confident, I find you attractive and I'm not hiding it way. Flirt. You compliment her in ways that aren't purely friendly. You make your intentions clear through how you engage with her. Because when you hide your interest, you create a friendship dynamic by default. She takes you at face value. He just wants to be friends. And honestly, if you aren't putting out a I'm not a friend vibe and I'm such a nice guy vibe, the chances of her ever seeing you as more than a friend are almost 0. When you own your interest, you create romantic tension. She knows you see her as a woman, not as just a buddy. And that awareness changes everything. So, how do you make this shift? You stop pretending. You only want friendship when you want more. So, you flirt with her. You compliment her attractiveness, not just her personality. You hold eye contact a beat longer. Let there be moments of tension instead of deflecting them with jokes. When appropriate, tell her directly, I think you're beautiful, or I would love to take you on a date. Own what you want. It is attractive, okay? Shift number 2, which is from eliminating tension to embracing tension. The second shift is about how you handle tension in interaction. So if you're putting out the friend vibe, you avoid tension at all costs. When there's a moment of silence, you feel it nervously. When the conversation gets intense, you make a joke to diffuse it. When there's an opportunity for a moment, a look, a pause, a spark, you break it instantly. You're so afraid of things being awkward that you never let them be anything else. But for the romantic vibe, you let tension exist. You don't rush to fill every silence. You hold eye contact during meaningful moments. You let pauses breathe instead of nervously taking over them. You're comfortable with intensity. Sexual and romantic tension is literally what creates chemistry. It's that electric feeling between two people that something's happening here energy. When you constantly diffuse tension, you're killing the chemistry before it can develop, and you're killing it because it's making you uncomfortable. When you let tension exist, when you can sit in a charged moment without breaking it, you create conditions for attraction. So, here is how to make the shift to romantic. Practice being comfortable with silence. Not every moment needs to be filled with words. When you're having an intense moment with a woman, a meaningful conversation, strong eye contact, physical closeness, don't break it. Let it breathe. When you feel the urge to make a joke to ease the tension, pause and ask yourself, would staying in this moment create more chemistry? Tension is not the energy. Tension is the spark. Okay. Shift number 3, from being agreeable to being challenging. The third shift, is about how much you challenge her. So for the friend vibe, you agree with everything she says. You never push back. You never tease. You never have a contrary opinion. You're so focused on being liked that you become a mirror, just reflecting back whatever she wants to hear. But on the other hand, the romantic vibe, you're willing to disagree. You tease her playfully. You own your opinions and you express them even when they differ from hers. You are not a pushover. You're an equal. When you agree with everything, you're boring. There's no friction. There's no spark. No reason for her to be intrigued by you. When you challenge her playfully, respectfully, you create engagement. You show you have a backbone. You demonstrate that you're your own person. And here's the thing women won't tell you. Being challenged is exciting. Having someone push back on your ideas is stimulating. It creates energy. So, here's how to make this shift. When she shares an opinion, don't automatically agree. Consider it. If you genuinely disagree, say so. I actually see it differently. Tease her playfully. Give her a hard time about things in a fun way. Oh, you're one of those people who does X, Y, and Z. I don't know if we can be friends. Okay, that's an example. Don't be combative or mean, but don't be a yes man either. Shift number 4, from neutral energy to masculine polarity. So the fourth shift is about the energy that you bring to the table. So for the friend vibe, you're neutral. You're almost genderless in how you interact with her. You talk to her the same way you would talk to a guy. There's no masculine energy, no sense of you as a man. With the romantic vibe, there's a clear polarity. She feels your masculine presence. You're not aggressive or domineering, but there's a groundedness, a strength, a direction to you. You speak differently to her than you would to a male friend. There's an awareness that this is a man-woman dynamic, not a buddy-buddy dynamic. Attraction requires polarity, a difference in energy that creates spark and tension. When you show up with neutral, safe energy, there's no polarity. You're just another person, no different than her girlfriends or her brother or the grocery store clerk. When you show up with masculine presence, grounded, confident, directed, you create polarity. She feels difference. And that difference is attractive. So here is how to make this shift. I want you to slow down. I want you to speak more deliberately. Don't rush to fill every silence. Take up space. Stand and sit with confidence and make eye contact. Take the lead. Make decisions. Have direction. Be physically present. Touch her appropriately. Hand on her back, holding her hand, hugging her properly. Don't dim your masculine energy to seem safe. Let her feel that you're a man. Okay, shift number 5, from available to everyone to selective. The fifth shift is about how available and interested you seem. So for the friend vibe, you would be happy to be with any woman who gave you attention. You don't have standards. You're not selecting. You're just hoping to be selected. And she can feel this. It makes your interest in her feel less valuable. You would like anybody that gave you attention. With a romantic vibe, you have standards. You're choosing her specifically, not just taking whatever you can get. You're evaluating her too, not just hoping that she's going to approve of you. So when you seem like you would take anyone, Your interest becomes worthless. Of course you like her. You like everyone. She's not special. She can do anything to you. When you seem selective, when it's clear and have options and you're specifically interested in her, your interest becomes valuable. Women want to feel chosen, not settled for, not, oh, she's good enough. Chosen specifically. And that requires you to be someone who chooses, not someone who just accepts whatever comes along. So, here is how to make this shift. I want you to have standards, know what you're looking for in a woman, and do not compromise on it. Ask her questions that show you're evaluating compatibility, not just hoping that she's going to like you. That's interesting. I'm curious. What do you value most in a relationship? Say things like that. Don't be available 24/7. Have a life. Have other things going on. Let her see that your attention isn't automatic. It's earned. These 5 shifts work together to create a fundamental change in your vibe. Own your intent. Stop hiding that you see her as a woman. Embrace tension. Let chemistry building moments exist. Be challenging. Have opinions and push back playfully. Create polarity. Show up with masculine presence. Be selective. Let her feel chosen, not settled for. When you make these shifts, you stop being the nice guy friend and start being a romantic possibility, not because you become less kind or genuine, but because you stopped hiding your amazing masculine energy. You stopped playing it safe. You started showing up as a full man who knows what he wants. And that is the chemistry shift. If you want to go deeper on what actually triggers attraction in women, I have put together something called the Attraction Triggers Cheat Sheet, and it is completely free. Okay, this is basically having a woman whisper in your ear exactly what makes her attracted to a man, the subtle things that we're scanning for every single time we meet someone, the behaviors that make us lean in closer, the energy that makes us think about you hours after you've left. Most men have no idea that these triggers even exist, which is why they keep making the same mistakes. But you're going to know exactly what we're looking for and how to flip the switch so that she chooses you naturally. So I want you to click the link in the description to grab because it's free. That said, thank you for watching this video. If you've been stuck in the friend zone wondering what's missing, these 5 shifts are your answer. So hit that like button and subscribe so that you don't miss next week's video. And as always, I am Marn, your personal wing girl, and I'll see you again next week.